Good morning, beautiful people. Marie Alessi here with another meaningful mindset. For today, I wanted to talk to you about a really important topic that comes up in our movement, Loving Life After Loss, continuously. And I call it the day after or the aftermath. And I am talking about anniversaries, milestones, anything that has to do with your loved one who passed over. And very often people come to me and say, in particular in the first year, they still count the 12th of every month. Like in our case, it was the 12th of June that Rob passed, and we went through the same thing. Every 12th of the month, we would or at least I would think about, it's been a month, it's been 2 months, it's been 3 months. And you get to the point where you feel, oh my God, I can't believe it's been that many months. And so many things happen in your life. And, life is very, very different to what you have known it before. Yet, when it comes to the milestones, I often say to people how important it is that you prepare for these milestones, for the anniversaries, for the birthdays, for wedding anniversaries, passing anniversaries, anything that reminds you of your loved one and has the potential to hit you really hard, to drag you down, to make you feel like you haven't healed at all. And then you realize that it is temporary. This day is temporary, and this day takes you back to all the memories. And often there are not just happy memories coming up. And often people, in particular, when the passing was in a very, very tragic way, then you might relive the day over and over again. So the one thing that I always say in our movement is to prepare for these milestones. I always ask people, have you got something special prepared? Are you going to celebrate something? Are you going to that special place that you used to go together, or where you used to have dinner together? Maybe you just want to order takeaway from that place, or you can invite some special friends, or you go with your children or with your parents, depending on what your circumstances are. I always feel it is very important to prepare for this day and to do something special. However, the one thing that most people don't think about is the aftermath. And I always ask this: have you got something planned for the day after? It is so important. And I always used to say, make sure that you're either catching up with a friend or you have a friend checking in on you when the day is over, because often we are so prepared for this milestone, in particular when there are big milestones like a 10th, a 20th, a 30th wedding anniversary, or 5 years of passing, 10 years of passing. The first year anniversary is usually a very, very big one for us. And then we go through the day and we feel like, wow, I've actually done quite all right. This was really good, and I felt a lot better than I thought. And it doesn't happen for anyone, for everyone. Some people do really fall apart, but others, and more often than not, I hear that people are quite surprised in how well they dealt with this anniversary. Quite frankly, I'm not surprised. You know why? Because you prepared for that day. You prepare something, mentally, emotionally, you're prepared. You prepare for this day. Might be hard, this day might bring up memories for you, but you have a plan. You have something prepared where you either do something like a special dinner or a picnic, or you go for a hike, you spend a day in nature with friends, with family, but you are prepared mentally, emotionally, physically. You have a plan. And this is why, more often than not, most people are surprised in terms of how well they are coping with this day during the day. And then comes the day after and they fall apart, or their children fall apart, or you just don't know what hit you. All of a sudden, everything is just really highly emotional, and you're surprised why on earth is the day after so much harder than the actual anniversary. Reason being is because you were not prepared. That's why I always say to people, prepare for the day after. Make sure you've got a plan in place, that somebody sits with you, holds space for you, take you out, pick you up, give you a phone call, whatever our circumstances, our individual circumstances allow. And it's really important that we do that, because the day after can be such a stab in the back. Like, seriously, you turn away from this anniversary, you think you've done it, you think you've done it all right, and all of a sudden, whack, the pain comes and it's worse than you could have ever expected. I'm not saying that to be negative. I'm not saying that for you to expect the worst. I'm saying that for you to be prepared. And most recently, in a session last week in our program, The Blank Canvas, I talked through that with a beautiful client of mine. And the same thing happened with her daughter. She was really great on the birthday, the very first birthday she celebrated, without her dad being present. And then the next day, she fell apart. And I'm sharing this because I said to this very beautiful lady, I would love it if you could make the day after the milestones, all these months that we are counting, and most of us are counting these months, in our case the 12th, every 12th of the month, up until the first year anniversary. Something magical happens after that. Most people stop counting after that. Everybody's different. I'm just saying from experience what most people do. And I said to her, because she hasn't hit that first year milestone yet, I would love it if you could make the day after about celebrating you, about celebrating what an amazing mom you are, how far you have come, how much space you have held for your children, how incredible you are day in, day out, doing that with literally almost no support in your life, to provide shelter and warmth and clothing and food and love, so much love for those beautiful children of yours. And that gave me the idea to share this with all of you. What if we were to make the day after the anniversary about you, celebrating you, doing something really special for you, honoring the healing that you've done, how far you've come, all the things that you have achieved, the hidden gifts that you have received in adversity, to sit in gratitude for yourself, for the amazing person that you are, for the amazing journey that you have been on, and really acknowledge that. Because so often we get focused on the pain, on the loss, and then we don't realize how much we have already done and how much we have actually already healed, how much easier things have become, and how much better we handle them on a day-to-day basis. That needs to be acknowledged. This is so important because it comes back to the circle that I always talk about. See it, acknowledge it, heal it, and often we don't even see it. So how can you acknowledge it if you don't see it? From now on, why not make the day after any milestone in your life, whether it be a sad one or an absolutely happy and positive one, about you, to sit and reflect and to celebrate how far you have come on your journey. Do it. Let us know how you went. I'm sending you so much love for this experiment. I'd really love to hear from you how it works for you. This is Marie signing off. Bye for now.